What's going on, everybody? How's it going? I got Brian Marania and Eva Black Cat and Jay Lucian and the Cheeseburger and Comics in the house. Joined here by always by Geekeasy and Easy Eric Breen.
Yo.
What are we on Angle Team time tonight? Well, if you're an Angle Team tonight, I would just not do this. I would just do a hangout stream. No. We were just talking wrestling behind the scenes. That's all. And I didn't want to bore you guys with that. You want to hear us talk about wrestling. You're here to listen to us talk about comic books, right? And also talk about the Bucks beating the Lakers. Well, so far. What's up, you guys? In the chat. How do you guys do yesterday? For those who got comic books, I know Jay, you showed off some. Well, you didn't really show off your books, not online, but in our group they did. But yeah, Mr. Zach's not here yet. He's most likely gonna show up a little later, if he does show up.
So the usual then, right?
The usual. I've got about 10 or 12 issues. I mean, like comic book issues. I have more than that in real life. But, yeah. I guess we'll just start showing them off. You guys are going to be kind of surprised by my what is higher on my liking list than the rest. But, alrighty. Let me move this off the big screen. All right. Crushing on Annie Hookley. I know, Jay, you're obsessed. She's married, you know that. Quit crushing on her.
And she was bowling shoe ugly still.
I don't know. The one he showed me last night, or in the group thing, photos, she didn't look too ugly. All right. Alrighty then. My number 11 for this week. This is by Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows. I haven't talked about this in a while, but it's just been a fun spoof on the Barbarian, the Conan Barbarian, Red Sonja. This is Babs. It's all coming full circle for her. Basically, these group of goblins pretty much snitched on all their friends to get wealth and fame, and basically thought they'd do well. Turns out the guy they snitched him out to, the king, doesn't care whatsoever about him. And he's a little guy here on the left, and the king's up there on the right with the thing. He just comes in and basically pretty much gets rid of all the monsters, and he makes a deal, or basically uses these stupid people. And honestly, it's a fun book, and it's got the Garth Ennis kind of like humor in it, where basically you have the Red Sonja type or Xena type constantly drinking, and has a talking sword that basically harasses her. Even the horses actually have conversations once in a while, kind of like a Monty Python skit. But it's her basically. She's at the end of the day, she just wants to take out this bad guy because he pretty much pissed her off, caused her problems. Because all she wanted to do is make a quick buck, get rich, and drink and be merry. But this guy came in, caused a whole mess for the town, and pretty much she's just trying to take him out. Kind of looks a little rough for her in this issue, but the humor's in here. There's a guy pretty much who has you can't really see him in here. He has a cup in his mouth. They never really explained it why, but he has a cup, like a coffee cup shoved in his mouth. But overall, it's very satirical humor with gore, babes, and just a bunch of different creatures, orcs and monsters. And at the end of the day, she's still kind of cynical and only cares about herself. But I think this is the final issue, actually, now that I think about it. The end of the beginning, 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 and she's like basically saying "fuck you" at the end and flip the finger. Short little sweet little story like this. Like I said, if you are a fan of the Buffy, not Buffy, but Red Sonja, Conan the Barbarian, Xena, or even like the Barbarian Queen movies, stuff like this. This is Garth Ennis kind of like making light humor of all of them. So I'm liking it. Alrighty then. Number 10. It's Flash Gordon. Wasn't really feeling this issue, and it's also going down a familiar path where Jeremy Jordan, or not Jeremy Jordan, but Jeremy Adams has gone down before with Green Lantern. Where we finally get to learn after he basically battles against the son of I forget what his name is in here. That's how much I don't care about the character, but he's pretty much like Hawkman, and his son basically challenges Flash Gordon, to this ritual battle. Flash wins. We also get a flashback about involving Flash Gordon's father, and him going to go off to school, go to Yale to go for football. With the end, we learn that he's told that, well, you don't know about Dale, well, after she, I'm not sure how she survived, but she did, and she was the glue that kept her civilization together. She found technology that kept us safe, and wonders we never had. And by the will of the people, she became the Empress and soon had suitors. And now she's been married to a man that has kept her locked away, guarded more than most of the precious of jewels. His name is Malin, and he makes men look weak. So I don't know. She looks kind of happy and also kind of evil too. So is this really her, or is just her just moving on? Is she being manipulated, brainwashed? We don't know. But I don't know. Hopefully get a happy ending. Maybe not. I have no idea who Malin is. I've never watched any of the Flash Gordon stuff. I've watched maybe a clip, and that was with Timothy Dalton. And I saw there was basically Thanagorians, I guess. I don't know what the heck they are.
Gordon's alive.
Yeah. All right.
No, Jay, I'm not confusing her with an attractive woman either. Her profile shots look decent, but her, when you catch her like full face, she looks like a dude.
I don't know, man. Life was hard back then. If it's true what they say in the actual Red Coat story about her life, yeah, maybe that's why. All right, we're going to number 9. Green Hornet and Miss Fury. Another series I've never really did anything before. This is my first actual reading of Green Hornet. I did try to get into the Green Hornet Black and White Green. I failed after the first issue because it was an eyesore. So bad, I was getting a headache trying to read it because they had white pages with green inking, bright green inking. That was it. I was just like, I bounced. But basically, someone's been going and killing off a bunch of the heroes in this series. And Miss Fury has reluctantly teamed up with the Green Hornet and Kato. They who both share a mentor, Silver Strike is his name. We get to learn more about Kato and there's a lot of cameos in this. I thought it was really cool. So we got the Terror. We got it looks like the guy in the black and red. Isn't that somebody? I thought maybe it was John Thunder or something, but
I don't know.
Or Daredevil. But honestly, they got the Scarlet Sisters appearing here too, because Alex Segura is involved in this. So anyway, though, so basically at the end of the last issue, the car had basically been blown up. We had this clown, or I guess she's called the Clown, had stabbed Reed or Britt, I guess his name is, in the torso. Kato arrives, and he's basically got a brand new car. I thought was interesting. Well, they show it actually here. Yeah, so it's a brand new car he's had, and this car's got more gadgets now, which is really cool. As they find out later on, they basically that now they're wanted for a murder of a cop, and turns out someone they thought they was dead, someone they trusted, it turns out to be the villain. I'm not gonna spoil who it is, but overall, it's been a fun series. Flashbacks, everything. But I think if you have not checked this out, check it out. It's only it's just the 30 issue came out this week. I think there's only gonna be like 5. It doesn't say what it's limited to, but I'm sure League of Comic Geeks probably does. But Alex Segura and Henry Barras or Barras, or how I pronounce it, are the co-writers. Federico Soressa is the artist, and this is cover A, and it's $5. So it's actually enjoyable. Like I said, I'm not a big, huge Green Hornet fan. I watched the movie, the Seth Rogen one, and that's the extent of my knowledge. So I do know that Kato had a daughter that took up the Kato, or I guess her father's place mantle. I guess, yeah. I don't know what she called herself. It was still called Kato.
I think so.
Yeah. All right, 6. Number 8. Final issue of Terror and the Fury. That's right. The same lady in the other book is now in his Viscope book. And they did not hold back on cleavage. The one's a little bit more oppressed. The Terror is pretty much like a freaking badass combination of the Punisher and Captain America, and they're killing vampires. And this ties back to World War II, where he was battling a bunch of vampires and stopping them again, the super soldier serum, only for the United States to drop a nuke on him. He's in Hiroshima. He doesn't know how he survived, but in this issue, pretty much his memories start coming back about his daughter, his wife, and his son, who were both died before, and that's the reason why he became the super soldier. Yeah, it's the Terror, and it's leading up to the bad guy who killed his family. A lot of cool stuff in here, a lot of action. There we see. So I think this is the first opening page. Him remembering Hiroshima, him just basically being kind of burnt. This is a cool scene. They gave him guns, so he took all the guns, and then Fury complained. He's like, because he says, like, she's like, or he basically says to her, he's like, gear up. And she's like, how can I? You took every single gun that's on the wall. And she's like, and she kind of like I said, I guess it's gonna set up to they're gonna have more of them in the future. I hope. This is through Xenoscope. This is probably one of the best Xenoscope books I've read in a long time. Probably because it's based off of our Golden Age heroes. More so. But I liked it better than the Project Powers that book that came out. I think that was through Dynamite. Was that a couple years back? That might have been Dynamite. But really fun book.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago, and it wasn't all that good.
$4.99. You're asking why am I paying $5 for a comic book? Well, it's notice it's not Marvel or DC. I'm going out, and I'm actually getting better quality, better writing. All right. But speaking of DC, there are ones that do come out every once in a while that I do pick up because I do love the characters. Ironically, this one's cheaper than that other book. This is $3.99. This is Green Lantern Corps. I decided to give it another shot. Brain, did you pick this up? Or did you
I did.
So it kind of felt weird that Jeremy Adams was kind of like trying to tease the DC animated relationship they had between Jon Stewart and Shira. When Shira, but which was really weird because Shira currently in JSA is back and she's betrothed with Carter. and Kendra's free to go do what she wants. She's on.
I think Kendra's in the JSA right now, isn't she?
Yeah, but Shira it was established that him and Shira are still together though.
Well, yeah, that was from the Hawkman series, but
yeah,
it's which is weird though because Kendra's on the same team as Carter, and Shira's
not
off hanging out with the Lantern Corps.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. But Shira is still betrothed to Carter, and Kendra's free from the fate.
Right.
Yeah. Really cool art in this. They're at the Wacy where those who read Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon, when the planet exploded, so did Thanagorian, or where they're from. Well, this happened here too. Well, in a different sense. Thanagoria, I guess it's called. Their planet was destroyed by Mogo, I think it was.
Thanagar.
Sorry, Thanagar. Sorry. It's like Thundercat things at this point with the names. After a while, I just don't care. They all kind of seem similar.
Well, Thanagar's been around a lot longer than Thundercats.
Earth first, bro. Earth first. We don't care about the other planets. Immediately though, we get a scene from Man of Steel. If you those remember the Man of Steel movie where they're terraforming the planet, but this is like they're actually drilling into the planet or what's left.
That actually that didn't occur to me. I was thinking more along the lines of that horrible J.J. Abrams remake of Star Trek.
But here's what's funny. I love this book. It's like, man, we're getting advertisements for Batman, and like, okay, that's cool. That's one ad. Next page, another Batman. So basically, we're introduced to Atrocious, I guess his name is.
Atrocicus. I can't pronounce that either.
Atrocitus. I think that is. We also have Dexter making his return, the little cat. He does not Red Lantern up in this, so sadly, no. Only Atrocitus does. We're also basically showing the rest of the Red Lantern Corps team. Or Corps. None of them have their abilities. John and basically Shara are raiding this compound while the other two are trying to figure out what's going on. They run into a closet. We get the cliche kind of like awkward moment and like staring, and then they get out. But there's no emotion from Shara because she's not in love with you, John. This isn't the DC animated universe. It says that I don't feel it. Do you think this was the Jeremy Adam part for that? Or do you think that was the other person, the other dude that's writing with him?
I don't know.
Because that seems so kind of forced. But I love the fact because we have the best kitty. Screw you, evil black cat. Dexter is better than you, bro. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Facts don't care about your feelings. He's the true evil black cat. You were the poser. Yeah. And then again, more advertisements for more DC stuff. But hey, look this way though. Everything I've seen for the new DC, the books coming out, the advertisements has not been Tom King, and I've been happy for that.
All the better.
Until we get the Denise camp.
that art right there just kills me. Oh, jeez.
Javier Rodriguez is the artist and did the cover. Yeah. Hey, speaking of people, what's up, Zach? Oh, he's muted himself. Huh. And then we also, at the end of this, we get to see MODOK. That's always great. MODOK's a Red Lantern. That's all I need to know. Yeah, Sorrow Attacks. Do you remember her, Carol's jilted fiance? And pretty much Kilowog says, bitch, you got no power over me, and this big knocks him back. I love it. Kilowog is best Green Lantern. Proving again. At the end, what they're trying to get through is just this golden nymph metal sphere. We have no idea what's inside it, but that's what they're going to say. What lies within is the next issue. Maybe it'll be a brand new Thanagor, right?
Sorry about that. Finish up the call.
It's okay. All right. Number 6 for me. is Void Rivals. Awesome issue, gives you a whole, finally, the lore about the two worlds work around this black hole, and more about Serta and the rest, everything you've been wanting for it. This is a very heavy, informed issue to catch you up on everything, and just just like so. Probably one of the best issues in quite a few for Void Rivals, because it gives you that database dump, just information you finally have been waiting for, and it wasn't a disappointment. So because you're like, oh, that's what that is. Oh shit, that just made this so 10 times better. When you find out the reason why we're that black hole and the reason why those two halves are put together and everything, it's just like, oh shit. Very good book, but it did not make my top 5 this week. Because my top 5 for me this week had some other books there's a lot of cool books, man. I don't know how I'd be able to narrow it down just to have, if I just bought 5 books a week, because there's a lot of books I'm liking. They're really good. But that's what I do when you narrow it down to 5 books for here, though. Top 5. All right. Number 5 for me. Aquaman. I loved it. The only nitpick I have with this book is that while we go make your trident, you're into a thing, we went outside 10 minutes later. What happened to Arthur? He got kidnapped. It's like, what? By a mermaid. Superman's girlfriend's ex-girlfriend, No, not Lois Lane, or Lana Lang. It's Lori the mermaid. Yeah, and we also get to learn more about the blue, because we always talk about the green being connected to everything, and the red and all that stuff. We learn the blue is the life of everything. We always thought the green was like, but the blue is, it's just crazy expand. So I'm excited to see where he's gonna go with this. All right, number 4. Some say she's got an ugly face. I say she's drawn well in this cover, though. Yep.
She's drawn well throughout the whole book.
Yeah. No, another fun book, man. Kind of more sentimental, a little bit more. I mean, like, it's not really what I expected. I expected an action. I expected them two butting heads. Did not get that. But I'm not disappointed either. Very fun book. It is a wraparound cover, too.
I didn't even know it was wraparound.
Yep. Little Annie Oakley. Probably, since this is one of my favorite books coming out through Ghost Machine, they have a shooting contest when there's a little bit of flirting, and he points out, it's like, man, she's only like talking about how she's got her skill within only one lifetime. He's had many lifetimes to hone his skill, and even then he admits, I'm not as good as her. Simon doubting himself, only to be reminded, and convinced that he's actually can do good. Luck is what he makes it. It's not just, he's not bad luck. These guys break out of the jail, basically take this family hostage because they have no horses. Husband's been shot, so they basically take their rifles up on their on the roof of the building and take out the bad guys one at a time. And through that, he gets a pep talk from Annie Oakley as he's still falling in love with her the first time he saw her, only to find out at the end she's a missus. Yep, there's that rotten luck I have. So it's like, here he is. He's trying to turn over no relief, and then he's like, "Yeah, I knew it." It's short-lived. But like I said, the opening was fun too. But yeah, look at that, man.
She's very well drawn.
Yep.
Brian Hitch, he's good, but he did really good with drawing.
You know what I want now? I want that Hawkman book with Cinnamon.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what I want now. Going back to westerns, we're doing hot babes and westerns. Let's go back to that Hawkman period where, yeah, he was a cowboy.
Hawkman. He wasn't Nighthawk, was he?
He might have been Nighthawk, and then he had, I think, Cinnamon was Shara.
Cinnamon was Shara, yeah.
Shara. But like I said, the art in here is just awesome. Storytelling is really great. Yeah. Why do you want to be 100 pounds? I don't. Okay, I have no idea what's going on in there, but I guess they're talking about weight loss.
Geekeasy said he lost 100 pounds, and Cheeseburgers is asking why he wants to be 100 pounds.
This is also Brian Hitch on the cover. This is cover A. This book is only $3.99. Like I said, these are. We mainly talk about a lot of indie books in here with a few DC because there ain't much going on at Marvel unless it's Ultimate Spider-Man popping up, man. And Zach brings on the Ultimates, because that's his other favorite Marvel book. I don't know.
Yeah, Moon Knight.
And Moon Knight. I said I can't name any books more than that. That's three Marvel books that we've been talking about on the show.
I'll talk about Uncanny X-Men. I'm thinking of picking up Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing good things about Al Ewing's Thor.
But
I'm interested in the Thor especially.
But I said you'll notice that we give you a lot of alternative stuff, a lot of cool indie books, because indie is where it really is right now. Marvel and DC have really dropped the ball so much that they lost. Well, DC lost pretty much all of their good talent for the most part, and they created Image 2.0 called Ghost Machine, which I hope it has a really big success. That leads me to my number 3 book. Geiger beat out Redcoat this week for me. Geiger has just been fun. Another case of a character who basically beats himself up. Literally, it's basically like, this is the episode we always love the shows. It's the training episode. We're gonna teach you how to handle it. It's like, I can't do it. This is stupid. And she's like, focus on a memory where you had control, and it goes back to the first Geiger volume. On aside, no. Don't worry, kids. Junkyard Joe's is sleeping. But for the most part, yeah. So she takes them on a training mission. And then we also get an origin story for her finally, talking about she thought she was blessed because she survived. Her grandmother thought it was a divine intervention. Turns out her new stepfamily died one by one from cancer. Turns out she's radioactive. People must have been really stupid then to think, that, like, whoa. After the first person died, I'd be like, yeah. But then again, we don't know how many years this was, I guess but anyway, overall, we get some, they said the thing is more specific than anybody else. Sorry, Geekeasy, am I boring you?
Oh, I didn't realize that the sound was on there. No, I was reacting to my leg, not you. I moved and my leg started screaming at me.
So, you know what? The only thing that's frustrating about this, they took the cop out in this book. Zach, you notice there's only a 2-page spread. I didn't really. I was like, what the heck?
Oh yeah, the all green.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
that's
You guys forget the print.
That could have been one page.
That was the easiest splash page.
That's the easiest 2 pages.
You know what's going to happen?
Ever got paid for
the 2-page spread that's going to be talked about. Better than any other 2-page spread in X-Men or pages before. Books.
I want to take that to Gary Franks at a con and have him draw in it. Like, hey, could you draw something in this? I think you left something out.
Check out how incredible this 2-page splash page is.
Yep. But yeah, she's able to absorb this up, and then we get to learn more about the evil scientist towards the end, the one that gave Geiger the control of his powers, and then also she's a mentor to her. And so we get to reveal that she's hiding some dark secrets too at the very end of the book. I won't spoil, but very cool book this week. Number 2 for me is Transformers. Number 18. For $3.99, I got the Daniel Warren Johnson variant with the newest Transformer, which his name escapes me. Did they give him a name yet?
Yeah, they gave him a name. It's a new one. It's brand new. It's Daniel Warren Johnson basically modeled it after himself.
Yeah. Well, not himself, his car.
I was gonna say Dylan. But
Yeah.
Not
But
villain.
overall, very good issue. Unfortunately, cover B spoils the book a little bit, so don't look at cover B if you're looking at the covers. But yeah, Starscream gets his ass handed to him in this too.
Shredhead.
Shredhead. Okay, thank you. That's what that's cool. Return of Megatron was. It's nothing. We knew what's happening eventually.
It's pretty.
It's just the way he shows up was badass, and I just kind of concerned if Daniel Dwayne Johnson's is done after 24. I hope he wraps it up at least nicely a little bit though, because I don't want to be stuck in the middle of a story with someone else taking over, and then it just this person decides to do their own thing and just ruins it. You know. But hopefully Skybone realizes, hey, let's re-sign this guy for some more issues, because let's get him for at least 50 issues like writers used to do. No, get an exclusive contract with him, because he's not drawing anymore. He's just writing. That's the thing. I'd be like, if he was drawing and writing, I'd kind of feel a little bit more like more sympathy for Daniel Warren Johnson, because the fact it's oh my gosh, he's being overworked. But you got somebody who can actually match his quality and level of art, Jorge Corona. But very fun book. I was reading on Comic Geek, so I dropped out after issue 10. It wasn't that compelling. I couldn't tell who any of the robots were. And then the people admit, like, oh yeah, I never really watched Transformers or read Transformers. It's like, okay, cool, but you cannot tell the different color, and they actually call them by name.
Yeah, that's not an excuse.
And you're in League of Comic Geeks. In the issue, it shows the names in the casts.
It's really not. See, that just speaks to the declining attention span of my generation.
It's not our generation. It's after.
Well, the ones I don't know. Some of them might be millennials. I don't know. You can't. They don't put their ages on the profile.
No.
You might be right though.
They're probably like 21, early 20s. Probably.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Anyway, Jimmy's age. I don't know. Number 1 for this week, though. It's Batman Dark Patterns. Holy crap. Zach, did you pick this up?
No.
You need to pick this up. This is an awesome-ass book, bro. Batman pretty much in like Judge Dredd mode. Remember Dredd? He had to go in the building, and everyone had guns and everything around him. That's basically Batman enters that same thing like Dredd, and he has to battle his way and try to rescue this cop who was still being held hostage. The first one got thrown out and landed and was on the concrete splat. But they said he was already dead when they threw him out. But Batman goes in there, basically sneaking in through the window. Which would cool the art on this too. This is Dan Waters with Hayden Sherman doing the art on this. But I love this art here. As he's listening throughout the building. You can try to pinpoint where everybody is in here too. He basically he realizes he has to to get the jump on it. He's gonna have to throw his voice, but man. Like I said, this has just been one of my favorite books coming up from DC in a while. I love Green Lantern. I did love Jeremy Adams on The Flash, but yeah, here's a cop that's still alive. You got this crazy guy who's pretty much abusing his girlfriend, but they all work for somebody else though. And as it goes through, it's like as they learn more about how the cop died, and then we get to see, hey buddy, recognize that puppet?
Yeah, it's Scarface.
Yeah. Zach, or no, Breen, you already know what I'm talking about, who the main enemy is in this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as I said.
Sorry, I didn't say. I had myself muted. I was typing something. So
No.
Yeah, I recognize the puppet.
Yeah, so it says after Batman destroys the Scarface puppet, and it says, "Gatman, did you think you could stop me by destroying my Gotti? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to show the them we mean business." And it's just awesome. I love this. I now have a new Gotti now, Gatman. I get her one, and you're standing in it. The whole building is now Scarface. Everyone who works for him has the goons. They have the Scarface masks on. Here, I'll show. It's going to be great though. Here's his at the end. Yeah. Up to the Scarface towers, and they all have Scarface masks. Dude, I love Scarface, and this is a new direction with this character I've never seen before, and I just want more of this. This is the best book of the week by far for me, and it's $4.99. This is the only Batman book you should be picking up that's actually worth that. I'll give a chance to Hush too, but we'll see how that goes. It's Jeff Loeb. I mean, it should be good writing, but
I think I've actually enjoyed more books by Jeff Loeb than anyone probably does.
But
I don't think I've read a bad Jeff Loeb book. Not that I can think of.
And these are the facsimiles I picked up this week. I got the John Constantine first appearance for $3.99. Don't imagine what it probably costs for they had the original book. Then
about $3.50.
Yeah. $3.99 for first Harley Quinn and Batgirl and Poison Ivy in this book. Or actually, I think it's the first Harley Quinn in general comics, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It definitely came into official canon.
And then $7 for the Detective Comics, number 31, the first appearance of Julian Madison, and I believe another.
God, we get it. You like Batman? Jeez.
Well, I'm just showing you other Batman titles other than that absolute Batman. What you're reading?
Absolute treasure.
I'm sorry, you lost me when you said the new Stiz chess symbol is the best Batman logo symbol. I don't know if you're trolling or serious, but I was just like.
Somewhere in the middle. There's a fine line. I walk it very well. It's better than the Bateman symbol. I'll say that.
Cheeseburger saying.
Have you seen the Bateman commercial? The State Farm commercial?
Yeah.
Not really yet. It did pop up though.
You will watch it and you will be mad that State Farm made a better Batman movie than Warner Brothers has in 20 years. Outside the Nolans are okay, but
I don't know if I'll go that far, but it was a very entertaining 2 minutes.
It really was.
The Batman, I liked that with Pattinson. That was good.
That was a good one. That was a good one, but I'm talking about like just the different villains in it.
Oh, yeah.
The way a lot of portrayals are, it's really good.
Let's see here. The Cheeseburger Comic says the only new books I bought lately was Feral. Feral's a really good series. If you like Stray Dogs,
it's going on way longer than I thought it would. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like Stray Dogs, and then.
It might have got delayed. I don't know, but I mean, it's gone on for like 7 or 8 issues now.
Yeah,
and it's just Disney aristocrats facing a zombie outbreak. But in this case, it's not zombies; it's rabies. so yeah, it's a fun book. Plus the art. I've always said this: if you're gonna have a zombie movie, I want Mickey Mouse as costume running around. I want Disney World zombie. But anyway, who wants to go next?
Do you mind if I go next tonight?
Sure.
I didn't get
Breen's not going to be the caboose. Breen's going to be the train car or that cart that's full of charcoal for the engine.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to eat, and I'm kind of getting hungry, so I thought I'd do mine, then mute myself and go make something.
I mean, I'd be hungry too if I had to listen to Zach's hot takes.
All right.
I keep things fresh.
Let's say there was not a bad book out of the 11 that I bought.
Yeah.
11? You got more books than me.
Number 11, Jupiter's Legacy. I'm sure I would have gotten a lot more out of it had I been following it all along. And did they use Jupiter's Legacy characters in that all-encompassing crossover?
And the big game?
Yeah.
They were actually on the billboard.
Okay, but did they participate in it?
I don't think so.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna say this.
I don't think so. No.
Given the stakes of this series, I would have thought that they would have called in every character since they're all part of the same universe now. But obviously the good guys won at the end. They came up with a clever way to reverse engineer what the Conquerors were using, the force field they were using to, keep them from getting to them.
Mhm.
And they were able to turn the tide and, as I said, save the
Did
day.
they use a common cold?
No,
They've been safe.
no, that's already been done. Number 10, Terror and the Fury.
you
Venkman
picked it
already
up.
talked about that. It was good. Like I said, it's I don't know if I need to see more, but it was a good it was good read. So
I didn't realize you were picking up that series. That's cool.
yeah. Number 9, Exiles.
My shop did not have it, but I read it.
Just Colin, get to the point.
I know.
It reminded me of. I remember some of us bitching because there were like 3 consecutive issues of Batman the Outsiders, the Brian Edward Hill run, where it was set up, then set up, then set up. It's like if manga will do an entire issue of Initial D to show somebody drafting around a curve. That moves faster than this. But
yeah,
it's good. I'm already this far in, so I'm gonna see it through.
the whole thing with the dad though, talking to the daughter, that was unique. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, he makes an appearance in this one.
Yeah.
Number 8, I think. Green Lantern Corps. We already talked about that. So very good art.
What do you think's in the egg?
No idea.
A chicken?
A giant Hawkman.
Number 7.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh, it could be a Hawk Lantern.
Green Hornet and Fury. I was a little confused. That it looked like they were killed at the end of issue 2. So how were they okay and functioning in issue 3?
Yeah, I don't know either about that too, because unless that was oops, I forgot.
I don't know. I blame the editor.
Yeah, I have to.
Number 6, Batman Dark Patterns. I liked it. Obviously not as much as Venkman, but I liked it, and I said this is the coolest cover I've seen on anything in a while.
The way I describe it is basically Dread. You've seen that with Carl Urban. That's the new.
No, I haven't. So
you should watch. Like I said, it's basically concept. They go into this complex, and everyone's against them. They have to try to survive.
Number 5, Geiger. I know that Redcoat would have beaten Geiger for Venkman if Annie Oakley was dressed like this. Just gonna spit facts.
He's not wrong.
Well, hey, Annie Oakley isn't evil. This woman is.
I'm not sure she is either, but we'll find out. And again, nice origin story, and I said I 12 issues in, still enjoying it. And I'm not a dystopian guy by any stretch. Number 4, Aquaman. Story's moving along nicely. Lori Lemurris, kidnaps Arthur.
What do you think of the blue? They show the planets and stuff, how existed stuff.
Yeah, I barely even noticed.
Because I know you're not really a big multiverse guy, but it kind of looks like they're going that way. Yeah.
Number 3, Redcoat. The only reason why this wasn't higher is 2 of my 3 favorite books came out this week as well. So that's
doesn't have a ghost of a chance.
Yeah. But Space Ghost did not win this week.
What? Because the cover.
No. Space Ghost finds Jan applying to a space academy and basically feels like she's going to abandon him. And he gets possessive and throws a tantrum and forbids her to leave Ghost Planet. So they have a blow up, and then he's attacked by the Council of Doom, and the kids come to their aid. And the council's there to kidnap Blip, which they do, and and it ends with a 6-on-3, which is really 6-on-1 because it's basically the Castle of Doom versus Space Ghost. And the gang is in quite the precarious position.
They took the monkey?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
But number one, apparently I like this more than Mickman. Is Flash Gordon. Flash arrives. The Hawkmen take him to Voltar.
What's left of Thanagar?
Yeah, well, and apparently he's, like I said, he's persona non grata there. But there's kind of like a trial by combat where if he's able to beat Voltar's son Talon, he can have an audience with his dad, which he does. And it's supposed to be a fight to the death, but his dad survives, or his dad spares him. And this issue is about fathers and sons because there's flashbacks to when, Flash was, a boy. And then it ends with talking about, he wants to find Dale, and he tells him, and Voltar tells him where Dale is now. And it's not a good, apparently it looks like she got Patty Hursted. If anybody remembers that, she was kidnapped by the PLO and she ended up joining the SL, Symbionese, SLO, I guess. But, or whatever.
You mean she wasn't, she didn't get Mockingbird?
No, I think they want you to think she's, gone native.
Yeah.
But I know there's more to it than that. It's just, it will be interesting to see how they get there because Jeremy Adams is a hell of a writer. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think this edged out Space Ghost for the week. Then I said I also got the Detective Comics.
I like the big ears.
Fun read if you can
read it.
If you can get through. Yeah. Like I said, the Batman story was it's very, very simple in those days. It took them about. Really, I think they hit their stride with Batman #1.
Jay was talking about it. Did they shrunk it down for the trade, or this format, or did it used to be a bit gold? Like
no, this used to be much bigger.
Okay, like Treasury size.
Yeah, well, not Treasury size, but it was Golden Age. I mean, it was Golden Age plus a little bigger.
So is that why the font is smaller?
Yeah, there's actually they were not that much smaller than a magazine in those days. And Zach's probably the only person I hadn't seen.
Flash Gordon is being produced by Mad Cave Studios.
There's my back issue of the week.
Oh, nice.
Is that a first printing?
I didn't see that one in my shop. Wow.
Well, it's not a facsimile. It is Spider-Man 252.
That's the actual.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a book that somebody basically gave $100 to E to go get from him, and then he can next day he's like, "Hey, look what I got!" E, he's like,
"It's like
that's right. I remember that.
It's like you can't make that shit up." But
that's hilarious.
I also picked up The Haunt of Fear. This had the last 4 issues of the series, and it was most of these have 6 issues for $20.
So you did need that one. Okay.
Yeah, this only had 4 because that was the end. Still worth every penny of it. But and then Crime Suspense Stories Volume 4 comes out I think in 2 weeks. And
Doc, is that you?
That'll probably wrap up the regular. Then I think I'll be down to like science fiction and war titles. But
the more you hold that book up, I think we're on Wes's channel. You can't see your face because you're hiding it from a comic book.
Well, that's just happens to be where I,
no, isn't that Doc that does it all the time?
Well, yeah, but Doc doesn't.
Doc does that. Wes doesn't hide his face.
No,
that's
what I'm saying.
Wes doesn't read physical media.
Yeah,
that does not surprise me.
I mean, he lives in the Philippines, so
exactly.
Importing, yeah.
I mean, this looks good. So anyway,
someone screen grab that.
That is it for me. And right. I will
love dinner.
Yeah, I'll meet myself and I'll be back I'll still be listening.
All right, who's going next?
I guess I can go if you want.
Go ahead. Yeah, I know you probably got. How's your leg doing?
Good. I'm actually driving, not much, but left leg and stick shift. It's not conducive, but
You're back to playing kickball?
yes,
Alright.
poorly. But
Are you kicking with the other
What's
leg now?
changed?
no, nothing at all. In fact, it might be a slight improvement. But
Some extra tension in the leg just makes it like a rubber band. Just
yes, it's sort of like that commercial where Bigfoot wouldn't kick the ball. But it's a good thing that Breen went, because like 2 issues into his thing, my doorbell rang, and I just got a couple of deliveries of books in, so I had to go answer the door, which
That would have been hilarious. I'm in the middle of live stream. Hold your phone.
which is making my leg just go, hey, fuck you. But I have this many,
wow.
and then some back issues. So this is sitting free on the counter.
Nice.
So
But my guess, Christopher Priest.
yes.
That's right.
And so not only it has stuff, but to top it off, it was free. There is an
that issue
interview
1?
with him. Yeah, I guess it's starting in this new issue.
Issue
Legacy-
1, I remember he.
Right, no, it says Legacy 676, but it also says issue number 1, so they're restarting again.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then I got, this is kind of, I thought number 4 came out. So,
Yeah.
and I realized I didn't have number 3, so I had to go pick up number 3. So I haven't read either one of these. So I need to go back and read number 1 and 2 again, because I don't remember much of what's going on. Happens when you get old.
And when you're younger.
And then I started this one. This is number 5.
You didn't get the main cover? Oh my gosh. That main cover A for that series looks stupid. The guy's face on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. This was the best looking one, but then I got, then I realized I missed the last issue on that one too.
I heard that one is probably not going to make it past issue number 7.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Well, that's because they don't have Steve Orlando writing it.
It's also not the West Coast Avengers team. There's too many. I'm not going to cut
It's
Steve
all
Orlando-
it's all
No,
a bunch
no.
of crooks.
The only person who keeps it ongoing was Kelly Thompson on what's it called, Miss Marvel, or not sorry, Captain Marvel, sorry, and then was Steve Orlando on Scarlet Witch. That's on volume 13, probably, right, with the same title.
It's on like its 4th volume, I think. I think it's
Alright.
Scarlet Witch and Vision now.
What's next, there, sir?
Okay, so that was 11, 10, 9. Okay, number 8, Hexiles. Still pretty
Okay.
good. They invaded the castle, and I can't show that picture right there. Art is still a little not good.
Yeah, he said that's art's been rough on it for me, but I mean, I can still follow the story's going. And Breen was right; it needs to pick up.
Yeah, it does.
Advance on. I guess the next issue is going to be the last issue or something like that.
Sounds
I'm
like
not.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, then this was a blind buy,
Oh no!
and it turned out to be pretty good.
Did Alicia buy it for you?
Yes.
I did not see that coming.
Dark Pyramid. Okay, this is by Mad Cave. Now it is Mount Denali, South Central Alaska.
Uh-oh.
Obviously, they didn't have time to change the name, or they didn't care
There's
to.
pyramids in Alaska? Oh.
No. Well,
We don't
supposedly
know.
there
Who knows
are.
what's in the wilderness up there?
You've heard of the Alaskan Triangle? There's all these things on Channel 50 on the like history.
I don't
channel.
follow conspiracy theories that much.
There's something. It's the same people that believe in that aliens built the pyramids.
I know.
and that
I've
there's a-
heard of there's pyramids in South or not Antarctica, basically, yeah, but not Alaska.
Yeah, but I hadn't heard about it until a couple years ago when I
Yeah.
started seeing this stuff on TV.
The North
But-
Pole is just basically either Superman's fortress, and then you also have Santa Claus's.
So, but this guy, he's up climbing what is now back to being Mount McKinley, Slept Falls, and comes across an opening, and he's live streaming it, right?
Oh, great. That's always great.
As
How
one
And
does-
does.
How does he
As
get
one does.
How does he get reception up there?
It's a comic book.
I mean, I can see on a clear day, I can see Mount McKinley from here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't do a lot of mountain climbing to begin with, let alone things like that. But I don't know what the cellular service up there is
Well,
like.
I imagine anything whenever there's snowstorms here, sometimes they can cause some phone service to go down. But anyway,
So then he sees that thing and then he just disappears, and the rest of it is his
it's German.
girlfriend making her way up to some town that sounds made up.
I always like it when they start off with the guys climbing and it goes like 60 years later. And
Yeah,
they
this is only
find-
like 2 or 3 days later. But she's going to try and climb up to find him, and then there's someone comes in, breaks into her thing, and says they're after you and all that stuff. It's not bad. Pretty good.
That's the
Then
government.
number 5.
That's the government coming and saying like, yeah, you're not allowed to know this stuff. We got shiny foil.
Yeah, that was the only one that was left. So
I'm sure you regret paying the extra $3?
yeah, this one was
Like $7.99.
yes. And then boom.
All right.
4. Still a really good point.
Batman Robin.
And of course, demise of the dynamic duo, which they always say in every few issues, Is this the end of the dynamic duo?
We haven't got to any books who say like regret buying this. I noticed that. It's like I don't know why I got this.
Yeah, that's pretty much any pretty much any Tom King. You're gonna hate yourself for buying this shit. But number 3.
Did you guys see the cover they had that was one over it? It was like a extra, like a plastic cover that goes over it.
Yes, I saw that one.
I was like, I first grabbed that. I was like, what is this shit?
Yeah, they had that on the top, and I'm like, yeah, no.
I was like, I want the cheaper one, please.
Yeah, and I said, pulled it up and said, okay, let me just grab 2. And boy, does she look manly in this one. She looks a little pissed.
Yeah, that cover is not the best she's looked.
Yeah.
The face specifically.
Those legs, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, if all you're looking at is the leg, sure, but I can't help but see that face.
That
Wow.
face is just
Bro, you don't have to look at the face. You're not planning on marrying her.
I never do, but I was never on perks. I never took any of that stuff. I have issues, so I never take any of the good stuff. I'm just taking.
Leave.
And then number 1.
Yep.
We've read all that stuff. So.
Alrighty then.
And then I don't know if you guys know who Aaron Lopresti is.
Yeah,
Heard of him? Yes,
yeah.
He has a
draws the thing really well.
thing that he does every Sunday, a YouTube show, and he also has his own little World Empire Comics that he's building, the Wraith of God and stuff like that. And a couple of weeks ago, he had a garage sale, him and another artist, and they had a lot of stuff. And they said, okay, it's however much stuff for this stuff, and you could say first person did it.
Claim sale.
Yeah, and so got some stuff.
Oh, nice.
And I think all of these are autographed. There's Chicks number 1. This is all stuff that he drew.
Worked on, yeah.
Chicks number 1. It's
Cool.
I guess it's a parody, or of
Probably.
satire. And then you have the Ultraverse. There is Elvin. I don't know if you ever know of Elvin.
I know Alvin with the
Elvin. That's good. Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Cool.
And I've read 1 and 2 already. And these are the ones that I wanted to get. That's why I bid on it. Get it. Gen 13
Nice.
bootleg 1 and 2. I mean, look at that. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all-
we see it.
yeah, autograph. All of these are signed.
That's
A
cool that you got signed graph.
Oh,
Yep.
nice. That's a cool cover. I like that cover. Oh,
Is it-
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Was that crypto?
It's Crypto licking Catwoman's face. That's
Yeah.
a cool cover.
It is.
I
And
like
then,
that.
Hold it up longer, people can see it, bro.
I want that as a poster now.
That is cool.
That's hilarious. I love that.
And then I haven't read this one yet, but
Oh, nice. God
Looks
Wheel.
like
Yep.
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
That God Wheel. That was the last event for Malibu at Marvel, I believe.
and then
Elseworlds.
100 page. I do not like this Superman thing right here, but this is a 100
Well,
page special.
that's young Elvis John Kent.
Yes. And of course, this is the first two of Elvin, but
Yep.
and then last three in there were just a Darkhawk, a Guy Gardner warrior against one of the
Nice.
cannot defeat, and an
Nice.
Excalibur. And then the other one that I got were just I have a copy of this already, but then I just got two different covers of this.
Oh yeah, I know that's the book that he's been working on. Huh?
For
Yeah,
those that are new at home, whenever Jeff's on, just pause the YouTube so you can catch the image of the comic. I know you do this real fast. Like he does it too. It's like, okay, I'm good.
I have copies of this already. This is, but I'm not sure if I have a copy this copy, but I wanted this cover.
Yeah, the
So-
ink. Yeah,
And I'm just gonna be
the
pretty
ink
much
potential is a lot better.
yeah. I'm just gonna take these will be non-reader copies and just stick them in my other ones.
Yeah.
And then I got those two boxes right there that just came in, but I'm not going to open it up because I don't think I should be doing an unboxing thing here with you guys. But I'll show it. to you guys
No.
next-
Yeah, do that for your channel.
Yeah, I'm going to as soon as I get done with as soon as we get done with this, and then I'll show you guys next week because I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
That's
You know what
it.
that means. That's it for every night. See you
Time
later.
to go home, everybody.
Cheeseburger Comics. He is CG. So
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Drinking coffee out of my Star Wars Episode 5 Disney-fied mug.
What's up, everybody? This is Zach on Comics.
freaking Paul Bunyan beard there.
The way you said it, I remember
It's
ask.
getting really. I could take parts of it from my face and chew on it if I wanted to. It's getting that long.
Summer saying I picked up Wonder Woman Volume 1. Too joy to my month with Superman, Action Comics, and Justice Society. Oh, Plastic Man.
Justice Society's nice.
Nice.
Plastic Man's also a nice cut.
Those are all trades, man, you got there? That's kind of cool.
So I got a good little haul. I also did a good amount of reading. I finally read through the last 6 issues of Moon Knight. I hadn't read any of them. I've been
Really?
I hadn't read any of them. I hadn't had time to. So I finally got to read them. I binge read them all yesterday. And they were really good. I'm really liking this.
And now
this
you want
series.
more, real bad.
I do. I also am all caught up on Void Rivals. I was behind on Void Rivals. That mess picked up and just went from 60
Did
to
it?
100.
Yeah, you see that last issue. It's like, wow.
Crazy. I did get a facsimile this week. It's not any of the ones that y'all showed off, though.
True Believers.
DC Bat fanboys. No, Avengers King Size Annual number 10.
Wow, I got that.
Yes,
years ago.
$7.
I think I got that last year.
But I don't remember if I got it last year or not.
You'll
So-
find out when you put it away.
And now I'll find out. But it's cool. I'll have a reader copy. There's some really good art. I just like to look at the art in here. It's insanely good how detailed they are. Like, I mean, it's really good, y'all. If you haven't read this, I mean, the cover alone.
Well, I said the whole entire issue is great. The vendors
Yeah.
are.
Now, I have not had time to rank. I hadn't put these in order of ranking, so I'm just going to go through the order I read them in. We've got Aquaman number 3. This was the very first one that I read. I really enjoyed this.
Yep.
Then I had a nice little flashback where it's Arthur with his dad, talking about how he's a lighthouse keeper.
Dude.
I thought that was really nice.
That popped for me. The lighthouse bit.
The Lori Lamaris bit, I actually I'm enjoying that. I like how they're finding a way to bring her back between this and World's Finest. They're making her kind of it's interesting. I don't hate it. Also, I didn't put it together in the last issue, but the lady that Arthur is traveling with is the lady from the lake, as in King Arthur. That's made Excalibur before. So I was like, that's a neat character to throw
I
in there.
don't think that Avengers book was Rogue's first appearance, but I know that
It might have
that
been. It might have been.
Google it.
Sorry, folks.
I think it's supposed to be
a brief
it's an
intermission
annual,
right
I
here.
think.
It was.
Annual.
It was Rogue's first appearance.
Oh, really? Okay.
Cheeseburger in comics gets a no prize. Good job. Then we got Geiger. This one is actually, I can look at this one a lot longer than the other one because I keep getting distracted by She-Geiger's man face. So yeah, this one just looks,
that looks like he's in a gimp suit.
This looks like radioactive Ghost Rider. I don't know. This was a good issue though. I am enjoying where the story is going.
Skeletor on fire.
I'm enjoying where this issue is going. Neat little twist at the end as well.
My only problem
it's basically an origin telling of it's a recap of Geiger and it's an origin of Lady Geiger. No Nuclear Knight.
MK, are you gonna come? He's in the chat. He's probably gonna say, "Oh, that looks like Blight from from that Batman Beyond cartoon."
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's saying Atomic Skull.
You have any idea how much that narrows it down? I've killed so many guys. That guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get Green Lantern Corps, issue number 2. Good little issue here. Basically, it's a Kilowog and John Stewart, Shira. No Guy Gardner.
Was that not awkward for you, the whole Shira trying to, hinting at the relationship?
I don't hate it, to be honest. I'm kind of on board with it. I'm
because
okay with it.
He's with Shira. Shira's with Carter.
Is she?
Yeah. At the end of the Venditti.
Carter's on Earth and she's in space. I don't know how that's working.
Was that before or after? Did they hook up before or after he became president?
Became president.
Carter.
Don't bring into politics in this.
That's Hall. That's Carter Hall. We're talking about Carter Hall. You're talking about Jimmy Carter.
Yes, I know. I was just being an a-hole.
Red Lantern showing up was cool. Not just Atrocitus, but, and I know you pointed out, there's Dexter, there's the princess with the bat wings.
Yeah.
There's the giant circle guy that I thought was the Green Lantern, but it actually was another one.
There's a Green Lantern guy actually on their team. They used to be a Red Lantern.
No. This one was different, I thought. Villaris. I thought he was a Red Lantern only. Was he a Green Lantern first?
No. I'm just saying this is the one that's on the team that's helping them out with Kilowog is actually.
That guy. He was a Red Lantern. You're right. I'm talking about the big circle guy.
The big circle guy was a Green Lantern, but I was laughing like, oh, it's MODOK in the DC universe. Because
there is a species of that guy, that alien, who is a Green Lantern, but this one that they have is just a Red Lantern. I'm interested. I like where it's going. I mean, I love Jeremy Adams. I think his Green Lantern is killing it. Speaking of killing it, Transformers number 18. Fun fact, this cover was created by Daniel Warren Johnson like 2 or 3 years ago when they were first pitching to Hasbro for the license for Transformers. So it finally sees the light of day on the shelves. There's a lot of threads that are being pulled at it. There's a lot because there's a lot going on. Like the U.S. military shows up.
Michael Bay Transformers.
They screw things up as they often do with Transformers. You've got Constructicons doing pile driver off like what are those two? One was the Constructicon and the other one was like Bruticus or
Bruticus, yeah.
Yeah, like doing like these high flying slams off of skyscrapers in Seattle. It's just Daniel Warren Johnson needs to chill with the wrestling moves. Not really, but and then of course the big thing, Megatron shows up.
With lasers.
There's a nice little subtle moment. Somebody pointed out yesterday on Twitter where it's like he resuscitates or he brings back to life one of Soundwave's little robots.
The
Jaguar
guy.
Yeah, and it's like he just won Soundwave's loyalty for the rest of his life, basically. And then the Autobots, like the very last page, is Optimus Prime saying retreat because Megatron's back. So really, really cool issue. A lot going on here, but it's just a lot of coolness, a lot of good stuff going on here.
Can't wait to read the next G.I. Joe. We'll see if it ties in.
Well, you know what is kind of tying in is Void Rivals, because you've got Hot Rod and Springer, 2 other Autobots who have been in here. Slight spoilers there. But yeah, you get some more lore going on in here about the black hole, what's inside the black hole. That's like the end of the world type deal. There's another Transformer that, what's her name? The Zertan chick is communing with. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in Void Rivals. This has become very, I want to almost say it's Hickman-esque. With all the complexities and the plot that's getting built up.
How it's tied to Cybertron, the whole play. Yeah.
Tied to Cybertron, Cobra Law is getting tied in here as well. So you're getting some G.I. Joe and Cobra tie-ins. It's really branching out now. I think it's, what are we on? This is 17.
I will think, Kirk, if we're not going straight into Unicron.
Yeah. I'm okay with not going straight to Unicron yet. Unicron is a big enough deal. He can be down the road.
Or is this how he becomes Unicron?
I don't think Goliant becomes Unicron.
We don't know. There's never been an origin for Unicron.
You might be right, but Unicron's like a giant planet, though, right? Like he's a sphere.
Yeah, it goes a planet, but pretty sure is Unicron, says Jay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Jay is going to be. I'm going to defer to him. He's the Transformers head.
This is how he becomes Unicron because of this crap. Yeah, that'd be a great introduction for him, though. But
I'm waiting. I just want more Stuxoid. That's who I'm waiting for. I want more.
Yes, and the Juxians are
1 or 2 pages, and that's it.
The Juxians or Junctions, whatever, the ones from the Junk World, the Eric Idle voice in the animated movie. Yeah. They're supposed to be making.
Yeah, like the Quintessons, who are like the big floating heads. So
yeah,
there's a lot going on.
Goliath is his dad.
Red coat. Yeah, this cover is misleading because you think, oh, they're going to be at each other's throats, and then it ends up being a very kind of sentimental tug at your heartstrings kind of thing, because over the course of this issue, there's kind of this witty banter between the two of them, and he's kind of flirting with her, but not really, and she's kind of flirting back, but not really. And then at the end of the issue, he's like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And she's like, oh, I'm married. Sus for him. But overall, I thought this was a good story. It had a good amount of action, some neat stuff. Probably could have had a little bit more. But I don't think this will be the last time that they show Annie Oakley either. The way that he wrote the ending of the issue doesn't make it sound like it'll be the last time she appears. But overall, I'd say it's probably one of my top 3 Red Coat issues, actually. I like it better than the Johnny Appleseed one. That one was pretty good. So far, this has been really good. Continues to be my favorite Ghost Machine book.
Union Soldier's next, but
the Northern.
Whatever.
Machine.
Anyway, Unity releases Goliath. Unity, Unicron. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of right away. I was like, oh shit. Then we're gonna find out that Unicron's actually a herald to the Goliath.
It's gonna
be the Black Winter.
Click on to that whole Unity thing. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Absolute Superman, issue number 6. No.
6.
5. Excuse me. It looks like a 6. It's a 5.
It does look like a 6, yeah.
No Lois Lane. Really, this is okay. So in the last issue, like the Peacemakers, it's like a core. Like it's not just one Peacemaker. It's like
it's the Peace Corps.
Yeah, kind of. So Christopher Smith, who John Cena plays, basically murdered 23 people because one little kid laughed at him at the end of the last issue. So he slaughters 20-something people. So Superman, grown Superman here, is going on a rampage against, he's smashing headquarters trying to find him. And his suit, which is kind of like his AI that's built into his suit, is trying to help him find Peacemaker Smith. But what it ends up leading him to is Brainiac. I think the next issue we're going to get a lot more absolute Brainiac. But then where I think a lot of the heart from this really goes is when it looks back at his childhood, it's like the last days. Like this is the issue where it shows Krypton blowing up basically. And his parents get as many people on their escape ship as they can get, but they're jammed full. They can't save everybody. So they take off. It talks about how all like the really elite people in Krypton tried to have special ships just for them, but they got overrun by like mob rule and stuff, and none of theirs. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. And when I thought, I was kind of surprised because I thought this was going to be like, oh, all these Kryptonians came to Earth. And this is a spoiler. So yeah, if you're like Jay, mute yourself. What happens is the escape ship that Kal-El's parents make gets smashed by a meteor. And the cool thing is that the ship, it's almost like, you remember that spaceship from Young Justice that Miss Martian could like control with her mind and like it could adapt to her and different things like that? Mm-hmm. What would happen is the Kryptonians on the ship could morph like around them, and it would almost become like if they got split up from the main ship, they could make like a little mini spaceship around themselves. It was really futuristic looking sci-fi.
Sort of like what do you call it?
Kind of like a life preserver in space, maybe. Would be the best way I could put it.
What do you call those things with the cells? The little cell machines.
Kinda.
Yeah. Something like
so what happens is the big spaceship gets hit by a meteorite. All these Kryptonians are like falling off into space, but because they're bonded with the spaceship, they get like these little mini spaceships that form around them out of their suits. So that's what happens to Kal. Because at first we see a whole lot of spaceships around him, and then like these meteors keep taking out other little starships, all the little people. And I'm really freaking mad because Jason Aaron, I've been liking this book, but if you kill Crypto this way, we're gonna have words. Because Crypto was in a separate.
Do you think that they'll introduce Zod eventually in this series?
You know, they haven't mentioned Zod the whole time, and they also didn't mention Kara, even though I think they showed her in a panel. I'm not sure if it was Kara or not. But they haven't mentioned Zod, haven't mentioned Kara. The only people that have been mentioned from Krypton were Clark and his parents.
And you know what we have to do when Zod shows up, right?
Yeah.
What?
Neil.
So they haven't shown Zod. They haven't shown Kara as far as his parents. Can you imagine? And obviously, I haven't read this issue, but you don't have the answers. But I think it'd be kind of cool if Jor-El and his mother arrived on Earth with him.
I think they did. I think the mom did at least. I think they teased his mom being on Earth back in issue 3 or 4. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's going to be addressed in the next. So the end of this issue, Clark has to like cool his jets because he's like getting close to killing somebody because he wants to find Peacemaker Chris Smith, and he gets really close to killing somebody, so he has to take a breath. And he's like, I'm going to go back home and clear my head. And it shows him walking towards Smallville. So if his parents crashed in Smallville, landed in Smallville,
I don't think they've ever shown that where his parents actually land on Earth with him.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, that's why.
Yeah.
It's a different universe.
We'll find out. All right.
Haven't read this yet because my shop still hasn't got issue number 6. So thoughts and prayers that I don't yell at somebody next time I'm there. I'll have to pirate issue number 6 and then order it online somewhere. I did get 3 other books, though. And I actually do have these ranked in order of worst to best. So J. Michael Straczynski is writing currently for Marvel. He's writing a whole bunch of little one-shot stories. They're not beginnings of series. They're not even related to each other. And they're all different artists. But one was, it was all right. And then the other 2 I thought were really, really good. One is from last week, so I was kind of playing catch-up with it. All right, so the first one that I got, this is J. Michael Straczynski. This is art by Will Robson. This is Dr. Doom and Rocket Raccoon.
I saw a panel for this. Can you teach me crypto? You're not ready for crypto.
Yes. That was actually... There's also a really funny, almost like a Who's on First routine on one of these. It's hysterical. I may look it up here. That was actually funny. So you might think, okay, these 2 characters have nothing in common.
They don't.
But you're wrong, sir. Back when Al Ewing was writing his trash Guardians of the Galaxy run, he made Doom a Guardian of the Galaxy with Rocket Raccoon. So basically the premise is Dr. Doom is trying to build a time machine not unlike his time platform that he's used in the past. But he's trying to go back to before the Big Bang that created everything because he wants to know the why of everything. And he can handle part of it, but he needs somebody that's also very technically minded. Rocket Raccoon is, don't ask me how, but he is a very technically minded, he's a very intelligent raccoon. Obviously, Doom's ego, I think, plays a part of this. He doesn't want to go to read or any of them. So he gets Rocket to come to Earth, and he stays in Latveria for like 13 days, getting this time machine prepared to go back to before the creation of the universe, before the Big Bang. And it's a lot of time travel, googly gawk. They even do some jokes in the little editor's boxes, like, "Is this real?" Sign, assistant editor. And then the main editor will go, "Yeah, it's real. Be quiet. I'm trying to follow along with the math." There's a few little jokes like that. When it's jokey, when it's funny, it's pretty good. When it tries to take itself seriously, it starts to fall apart. Basically, they come to the conclusion that now, because they went back to before the creation of the universe, they meet like this one being, and it's like, I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the ending. It's like the purpose of the universe is to discover the purpose of the universe. It was weird. So yeah, I won't recommend buying this one just unless you're, I don't know. I can't think of a reason. Unless you really love Rocket Raccoon. If you love Doom, you're probably better off not getting this. Rocket Raccoon at least makes it a little entertaining. So yeah.
Yes. For all you pirators out there reading comic books on Pirate It, if you can afford the $4, pick up that book.
Yeah.
You know what he should have used that time machine for?
What's that?
To go back in time to before Marvel didn't absolutely suck.
Well, now let me tell you about the other two books, because one of these I think you would actually really like. Maybe Vincent too.
What do you guys, salesman?
Nick Fury
might
and
like
Fin Fang Foom. This one was really, I enjoyed this one. So this is Nick Fury before he becomes a member. He's right before he becomes a member of the military. He's doing like an aerial stunt show with this other guy named Red. And he gets recruited or contracted by this guy, Happy Sam, to basically, this is right before the U.S. gets involved in World War II, and China's having trouble with Japan, but some Chinese planes are going missing. So Sam gets these retired military, like Dum Dum Dugan and several other Howling Commando, future members of the Howling Commandos. And then he gets Nick Fury, by the way, before he gets his eye patch. So this is like really early in World War II. He has them go over near Rangoon in China and try to find out what's happening to these planes that are going missing. And they find out that Fin Fang Foom, all of the military hubbub going on in China, woke him up from his slumber, and he's been attacking planes. So Nick Fury does some heroics. He jumps from a plane with a parachute. He's shooting at him with a Tommy gun.
Show some interior work, bro.
Yeah, well, okay. I'll show some
and you're going the whole story. Might as well show some of the interior art for people.
You got a good point.
Yeah.
You got a good point.
It's the only
so let's see. And they do have some neat little, they show some editor boxes too where they'll point things out. So like, for example, okay, this is at the beginning. So this is Nick Fury and his friend Red. They're getting approached by Happy Sam. And they reference another time that they worked for this guy. And, as seen in Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 34. Yeah, 34.
I agree with you, Mariah. Feels like inventory store is being pulled out to fill out the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the case or not. The art's pretty good, though. You've got, let me find a nice page here. You got, this is Nick Fury basically meeting, like, there's Dum Dum Dugan. That's not Gabriel Jones. Gabriel Jones is in one of these, though. Oh, yeah, he's flying this plane. He's flying this plane that Nick Fury's on. And so then they find Fin Fang Foom up in the clouds. And, there he is. The giant dragon chasing a biplane. This is what I read comic books for. This is a really neat little sequence. So Nick Fury has Gabriel Jones go back to base. He jumps out of the plane. He's got a parachute. Takes him down to the forest.
I love that metal part there on the left page.
This one?
Yeah, where he's about to get eaten.
That is a cool panel. That's a really cool panel. So he takes off. He runs inside this cave, which is the cave where Bang Bang Boom has been living and sleeping.
Oh, that's dumb.
So yeah, so he's like he's running around. He's shooting the Tommy gun. That's a real. I love that panel right there. He finds his way though into this chamber. What does he call it? The chamber, the Hall of Knowing, and it basically shows him a bunch of visions of what could be the future. So remember, this is before the U.S. enters World War II. So basically, it shows Nick Fury, what could happen with World War II. Some things that did happen. Obviously, the White House didn't get nuked, but just kind of shows them all this different stuff going on. So it looks like Fin Fang Fury is Fin Fang Fury is about to eat Nick Fury. But then what happens is the Howling Commandos, they kind of show up and distract them, start lobbing grenades out.
Hey, Breen, where the heck is 4F?
Fin Fang Fury is their kid.
Fin Fang Fury, yes, the kid. So some really cool, they're able to cause, they get out, they cause a cave in basically, and Fin Fang Boom's back in his cave. And apparently he wakes up again in Strange Tales number 89. He calls that the day of his awakening. So it's a neat little fill-in story, and it ends with Nick Fury. He's back talking to Red. They're on a military base, and he's talking about going to enlist to be in the military. And actually, where they're at is Pearl Harbor on December 7th in 1941.
Wow.
So they reference it, they see there's a sign here that says Pearl Harbor, someone yells incoming, and then like the very last page is Fury with the commandos, So this was a really neat issue. I would recommend this one. Elena Casagrande is the artist. She's really good at
That's the artist that was on the Black Widow with Kelly Thompson.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the colorist is not quite the same colorist. I mean, there's going to be a difference there, but that story was really good. And then the last one I got, no, this is not new this week. This came out last week. But I really enjoyed this one the most. This one, and it's kind of obscure. This is Captain America and Volstagg.
Cool.
So this was a really cool story. I really enjoyed this. So Captain America, he's on his motorcycle and he's chasing after this guy. Here's a little bit of the opening page. He's on his motorcycle. He's working with the authorities. He's chasing this guy who's got a bunch of explosives in a van. And so he's taking off and he's like doing these cool Fast and Furious stunts. And all of a sudden he gets zapped by the Bifrost. And, kind of his motorcycle gets wrecked. And, Sif's talking to him. And Sif's like, I couldn't quite separate you from your, what was it? She couldn't separate him from his bike. Oh no, if she had separated him from his bike, it would have been worse. And so Steve's like, wait, can you separate somebody from their vehicle? She's like, yeah, I can do that. So this van that's full of bombs, see, it takes off, it's about to hit this building. She zaps it with the Bifrost, and basically the guy just hits the window by himself. And then the van actually gets displaced and put on the moon. It runs into the lunar rover that's on the moon, they say. So she starts repairing his motorcycle, and Captain America's like, oh, I'll go find Thor. Except instead of Thor, he finds Volstagg, who asked for him to be there. And Volstagg's just like, he's eating a bunch of food, and he's going to eat more food. It's really cool. They give Captain America his own Asgardian suit.
What the heck?
So he asks, he's like, Volstagg, why am I here? And basically, so what happened is Volstagg went off by himself one day to the far reaches of space, and he found this tribe, this race of aliens that needed help because there were like these two warring alien species. So he finds these kind of fish-looking people, and he's helped them rebel against these spiky guys. And so he was like kind of their version of Thor, basically. He would show up and help them win battles.
Fish versus starfish?
What's that?
Fish versus starfish?
Fish versus starfish, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened was the leader of the fish aliens was this female. That's her right there on the panel.
Yeah.
And what happened is she starts to like Volstagg, and Volstagg starts to like her. But apparently Volstagg is married with children. so he doesn't want to like start an affair or anything. But on top of that, he also needs help because Volstagg is, when you think of the Warriors 3, Volstagg is like the bumbling idiot one who's played up for laughs. But the fish aliens, I don't even remember what they're called, but they know him as like they think he's like Thor, basically. They think he's this big, brave, heroic guy. It gets kind of deep, actually, because Volstagg's like, because when you're with your friend, he's like, there's a certain order that the friends have. Like, somebody's the leader, somebody's the dashing one, like Fandral, or the silent one, like Hogan. And then I was just the comic relief in that group. But now outside the group, he can't be the comic relief guy.
Good night, Brian.
That's why he gets Captain America in there to help him out. It's a really neat kind of like, it tugs at the heartstrings a little bit, the story.
Who wrote that?
This is J. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah.
Well, Thor, he does well with Thor characters.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And
he did really well. I'll kind of cut to the chase here.
I was expecting Volstagg to be like tartar sauce.
Volstagg and Cap go to help them fight one last giant battle against the aliens. They kind of have upgraded themselves. Now they have all these machine guns. So they go one last time to knock them all out and to defeat them. There's a really cool panel right there. What happens, though, is Volstagg fakes his death, so that he can cut things off with the leader, the lady fish alien. Yeah. So he has Captain America lie, say that he blew up, taking out an enemy spaceship. And then they take off. They go back. There's this really neat. There's also, this has nothing to do with the story, but I thought it was really neat. This whole time, Cap and Volstagg have been talking. Volstagg doesn't do the old, like the Thor. You know how like when Thor talks in a comic book and it sounds like Shakespeare, nay, and all of that. Volstagg doesn't talk like that. Volstagg talks differently. And so Captain America, he's like, I've got a question. Why aren't you talking like everybody else does? That everybody else talks Shakespearean. Volstagg apparently did not learn English from, they say that all the other Asgardians learned from Chaucer in like medieval England. TV. Apparently Volstagg learned his English from Benjamin Franklin. So they show him here in a flashback talking to Ben Franklin. And he's like, yeah, take this kite and go see what happens.
Okay. You do realize that in Lee and Kirby's Thor, they go back 1,000 years.
Oh yeah, well, I'm just talking about in the context of this issue.
Yeah, but I guess none of that stuff matters anymore at Marvel.
No,
I thought this was a fun little joke right there.
Oh.
But then Thor and the other warriors, they show up, and Volstagg goes back from being this heroic guy to falling back in his role as the jokey character, and Steve and Sif are really the only two who know the truth, because Sif now is like Heimdall. She sees everything.
Breen, you got to remember. You remember, though, your Marvel universe died in 2012.
It did.
So 15.
So after that, none of things is connected to that.
So I'm not even sure what Zach's talking about. He's holding up empty space and talking about things that aren't there.
So it ends with Steve Rogers gets his motorcycle back from Sif.
That's a hate crime.
He's gonna skip like over
Rainbow Bridge.
She made an improvement. She made it to where his bike could summon the Bifrost, along with, she says, several other tricks and improvements. So I don't know if they're going to continue that.
Like he calls her phone number. Hey.
Now he can apparently ride his Harley up to Asgard if he wants to. So anyway, I thought
that sounded bad out of context.
It really did.
Right,
that's only because we watch AEW.
Yeah.
But yeah, so out of these three little one-shots, the Nick Fury, Fin Fang Foom, and the Captain America Volstagg books were really good. I'd actually recommend those. They're simple one-shots, one-and-done stories. I thought they were really good. So I think that.
All right. As you've been going on and up, I've been watching how the numbers go up to like 19, dropped on the 14, then they slowly build their way up. It's like, make up your mind, guys. Either stay or.
Fin Fang Foom, yeah, dude. Yeah, Ragnar, absolutely. Fin Fang Foom in World War II, absolutely. Yeah. Something I did not know I needed.
I'm gonna jump off and watch. I'm trying to watch like 3 games here.
I kind of figured that was gonna happen soon.
I was about to say, I know it's March. Yeah, I know my dad's doing the same thing right now.
But yeah, I only got a couple more things. Bree, you jump. You saw these last night.
Okay. Well, all right, you guys, kids, have fun rest of the stream.
I'll see you on
See you later,
Monday
Paul.
or Friday. Wow.
That's tomorrow.
See
Yep.
ya.
Yep. See ya.
Alrighty, Zach. No more back issues.
Nope. That's
All right.
it.
All right. They laughed when they showed a Marvel comic. Showed this off last night. This is from E's Auction.
Ah,
Little trade
very neat.
by Barbara Castle, Matt Haley, and Tom Simmons. Yeah. So this is Kara, protege of Lex Luthor, and a JLA member. And Kal-El's not well, he's not adult in this issue. Or this Elseworld saying he's more like a baby. Honestly, the art here is really good. Have been having fun with it. Joker pretty much likes super here. Joker's got himself like some Venom Bane juice, you know. So he's trying to yeah, make out with Power Girl or like a Supergirl. I guess this is from what I'm recalling of this. This is like must be future version because Barbara Gordon is Batwoman in this. Based off the Dinah Meyer look from the original Birds of Prey series. Also picked up White Fang. 52 full pages, no ads. What's that like, Marvel? Yeah, so gonna enjoy that. And then here comes the cool stuff, man. Like I've been wanting to read all these. We've read 6 of these probably on the channel so far, but got myself the complete collection of Justice League Adventures.
Nice.
Yep. This was $100 for like 34 issues, man. So if you've never seen these or get a chance to read these are just fun. It's a continuation of the actual animated show. You know, it's literally basically written in that style of the Cartoon Network show, which I
The
really
Challengers of the Unknown.
No, they're not.
It looks like the Challengers.
Yeah. Battle of the Sexes.
I love those types of layouts for covers, where they're back to back, surrounded by hordes.
So they're on Themyscira, and Themyscirans have been taken over, with Ares being the big bad villain at the end.
Ares.
God of War. Number 5, Starro.
So sad that there was never a proper Starro episode.
Yep. Number 6. Have a good night, Cheeseburger. Thanks for showing up. Yeah. Some of the art covers get a little weird though. Like this one, I'm not sure who the artist on this one is, but it very much looks like it might be. I don't want to say Darren Cook because that'd be an insult to him, but I don't know.
Wonder Woman, yes. And maybe even Superman. The Flash looks a little off though.
Yeah. Well, it's no longer.
I can see what you're talking about though.
It's no longer Dan Slott doing the writing of this, so this issue.
Do you know if the writing takes a dip?
I don't know, but it's also a different artist too. Interior artist, because the interior artist is actually Q, but this looks like it might be Mike W. Barr doing this issue.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah. And then here's another one you like.
Kind of reminds me of when what's his name, Joss Whedon was writing Astonishing X-Men, and there was that giant bullet going towards Earth that Kitty Pryde had to get stuck in to make it intangible.
And then we got this is another cool cover. Floating heads.
Hey, look, it's one of the 5 episodes where John Jones was like, I hate my telepathy powers.
Yeah. Number 11.
That's a cool cover.
I know Batman.
Batman doing the COVID cough.
Number 12. So I said these covers get better as I go on. I like this. This is cool. The Cold War.
Hey, it's that opening episode of Young Justice. Where they all had the ice villains fighting them.
Introducing a new hero. All-Star.
Was that someone created specifically for that comic?
I have never read this.
Which issue is that? Justice League Avengers number 13?
Number 13, but I'm guessing it might be Booster Gold's sister. Or it could be a villain. Because the next issue 14 is the Sea King's Revenge. Who knows? It looks like
Aquaman should have been the unofficial 8th member of that lineup.
Hey, guys.
Oh, that's her all-star. That's her only appearance.
Yeah, taking up.
Yeah, I've got to
Go ahead.
and get a heat pad on this thing. It's really
Go ahead,
starting
man.
bad.
Go for it, man.
All right, I will see you guys next week.
Later.
All right, thanks. Bye.
All right, number 15. Enslaved.
Oh, that's neat. Dr. Light, really? Really, Justice League?
I know, right?
Really? This is back when he was still a joke character. He wasn't the awful rapist yet.
Number 16.
That's all right. It's an all right cover.
John Jones, traitor.
That's an all right cover.
Number 17. Obey me or your teammates die.
I've seen her somewhere. I think that's
Asia.
the Mascarian.
Yeah, she was in the Justice League. There's the one that when episodes she appeared.
Yeah.
Then we get well, here he comes. The Atom.
That's his least favorite place to be. He likes it when Wonder Woman's carrying him instead.
Number 19. What would you do if you with the most powerful weapon in the universe?
Hey, it's Team Lantern.
All right. Number 20 is Prisoners of the Psycho Pirate.
Nice. That's a cool cover.
Yeah. I hear you typing.
I know. Sorry, my phone.
It's very faint. I hear it's like running water.
Sorry. It does kind of sound like dripping water. Yeah.
Then we get some weird stuff. Ostringer takes a stab at writing. Weird science.
Ostrander?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Oh, they put John Jones' head in a jar like Paul Rudd.
Yep.
Episode.
Yep.
It's funny.
All right. Then Hawk Girl Unleashed in issue number 22. It says Moore on there. It can't be Alan Moore. I'm guessing it might be Terry Moore.
Nice.
But. And then we have Cobra. 223.
They don't get used nearly enough as JSA villains that they are.
And then, because it's a kid's book, Fabian Nassasha decided to take over and write a weird story basically saying, hey, look, it's Jeremy. He's a blast.
You sure it's not Michael Kovac? Or Korvac, I mean?
And don't worry, Justice League, the Adam Strange is here in issue 25.
Yo, that dinosaur, though. That's what I'm talking about.
It continues into the next issue with 26 saying Strange Days. Zach, you'll like the series if you haven't read it.
Not a big Adam Strange fan.
But you like Justice League, you like the cartoon series. It's
I do. But do you know how many other books I'm reading currently? I just got caught up on Moon Knight.
The Titanic Teens.
Interesting. Not the Teen Titans.
Yeah. And then 28, it says, well, let's meet the Legion.
Interesting.
The Legion of Superheroes.
There was a Legion of Superheroes cartoon going on around this time, I think.
29. Split decisions.
More dinosaurs!
And they're merged.
And biplanes. This is the Fing Fang Foom. This is the comic I just had up there in the background.
All right, and we get to Rumble in the Jungle, issue 30.
Is that Commandy?
Yeah, it is. It's Commandy. With
And a bunch of Beast Boy monkeys.
Yeah, right. All right, then the Stranger pops up. I forget what his name is. It's Phantom Stranger. I warn you, Justice League.
Yeah.
The contents of this grave could change your lives forever.
Yep, that's the Phantom Stranger.
Stranger among us. All right. And I should have. Hey, here they are. Okay, we have 2 left. I was like, where'd the other 2 go? All right. 32 is Mechanical Animal. And then here we go. Even for this one. Young Injustice. Number 33.
Hey, nice. It's Robin.
Yeah. It's him. All right. And then the final issue of the series, number 34. More silhouettes.
They do love their silhouettes.
Guardians Against Darkness. Also, I need to go to Dairy Queen. Like 30 years ago.
I'm glad we don't have Dairy Queen here because I would be there every day.
I do, man. Like they have the chocolate on one side, and then they have the caramel on this side.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I would not be doing well with my no sugar cleanse if I was near Dairy Queen.
I would have my all sugar cleanse. Thank you very much.
You would, yeah.
So, like I said, I've been reading them. I don't know why there's only this many books, 34 issues.
That's a lot.
Give me an omnibus or compendium.
Yeah.
DC, it ain't that hard to do.
It's not.
I mean, hey, if I can get this in a collection, you know.
Hey, I got one of them too.
Yeah, I know. It says 1 through 17, plus so it'll be 18, 19, 20 issues. Isn't it? Is this book here? You tell me they can't put one of these out with the full run?
Well, when they've got people in charge like Tom Brevoort or
that's
Lee.
Marvel. Yeah.
I'm
But,
saying I'm comparing the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, that's it for issues this week. Alrighty then. Go back to this way. And don't do that.
Oh, that was weird.
All right. Hey, we're done here.
That's weird. You need to have a third person before you can do that. That doesn't work.
There's that too.
Oh yeah, there you
go. What's going on in the chat here?
No, they're talking about Dairy Queen. Something about Mr. Freeze's head in a jar or jug.
After I finished watching the video, I was like, you know what? I don't understand the thing. Audio is fine. His voice reminds me of someone, but I haven't been able to put my finger on it. He's talking. Was he talking like Boomhauer? I don't know what they're talking about.
I have no idea. Sorry.
Don't know what I mean. Don't talk about. I don't know what they're talking about.
I'm just thriving.
That's Boomhauer. We have 2 Dairy Queens here, but why would you go to Dairy Queen when you can eat real ice cream at Cold Stone? Because Cold Stone's out of business where I am. Because nobody goes there.
That's sad. But Rhaegar, if you have the option, you should do that.
Also, yeah, we have a Baskin Robbins / Dunkin' Donuts 24 hours, so I'll go there.
Both?
Combined.
I didn't know that they did that. Wow.
Wow, it's here. It's they built a brand new car wash, everything. The area, right? I'm like, dude, it's like I'm 7 houses down the street from this intersection, so it's like, hell yeah,
That's
there's a
nice.
sidewalk too. The fact that it's 24 hours, I'm like, man,
There's a 24-hour business somewhere in America?
yeah, it's a
I
24
thought they all
hours.
closed at 9 o'clock now.
It's a Dunkin' Donut / Baskin Robbins. It's open 24 hours, bro.
That's wild. That is
The
absolutely
only things that should be open 24 hours should be like if you're down by the patch, and where they do the oil stuff,
I didn't know anything was open 24 hours anymore.
Yeah. Live chat, then scroll up or not. Psycho Parrot, I'm going to Cold Stone tomorrow. I've seen that name before. I guess you was helpful. I hope you don't think I'm attacking or downplaying you. It's not like that at all. Geekeasy. I don't know what's going on in chat.
I don't know. I think he said something to or about Geekeasy.
I don't know.
I don't understand this thing. The feedback will be useful. Apparently, I think he was talking about a comment that he left on one of Geekeasy's videos.
Oh, okay.
Born Again Progress Report. I liked episode number 3. There is no Daredevil, but
Hold on. You're
there's
gonna
a
do
lot
this.
of courtroom stuff that I thought was really good.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that probably would be helpful to have.
Combo. They pulled the Baskin Robbins part out a year or two ago. Sadly, so you only have a Dunkin' Donuts. Oh. That's the thing. There's a lot of Dunkin' Donuts, but this is the first time I've seen that actually has a combo. We used to have a KFC A&W.
I don't think I've seen an A&W place in years. The last one I saw was in Texas. I don't think I've ever seen one in Louisiana.
Yeah, there's an A&W restaurant, and they had a combo with KFC, and I was like, I can get root beer, float, and chicken. It sounds bad. But I like the fact they sell you like little kegs of root beer, little barrels you can get.
Yeah.
Jared up again, born again, progress report. Yeah, this last episode is filler.
I like how you say that, like the Netflix run didn't have episodes like this.
I know. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that they took on a hero.
He was always gonna die though.
But yeah, the actor died in 2023. The guy who plays White Tiger, he died.
But even before that, the alias in the comic books died. Because the white tiger that's out there right now is his niece.
In the comic books, his daughter took over. I thought.
No, it's his niece.
You sure it's his niece?
It's his niece. I looked it up to be sure, but because she was in. I think she was in Christos Gage's Avengers Academy at one point.
I just know that everybody knows her from the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
Oh yeah, she was in that too. I guess. Yeah, she was in that. Yeah.
She really.
No, so the White Tiger, the courtroom stuff, I really liked. But yeah, White Tiger. I mean, even though the actor died.
Here's the other thing too. I love Vincent D'Onofrio's acting in this.
He's very good. He's very.
He doesn't. He wants to rise above this. He has a plan. He's going to be mayor. Where Vanessa and him are on kind of the outs. She apparently, in the events of him being gone between season 3 of Netflix and this show, she found a new man, a new lover named Adam. And was seeing him. And
is that the guy that went to like that meeting?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that was him. I wasn't sure if I missed something.
And if that's the case, I hope he brutally gets murdered by Vincent D'Onofrio.
He kind of looks like Wesley a little bit from season 1. I think he looks a little bit like Wesley.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
But man, like I said, when it comes to that show though, it's like it's Vincent D'Onofrio. It literally is. They call it Born Again, but it is a Zarzarski run right now, for the most part. Where basically Fisk running to become mayor, if he gets elected, becomes mayor. They're mixing with Born Again, with him meeting Heather Antos and starting a relationship. Heather from the Daredevil. Basically, Matt Murdock's
the therapist, right?
Yeah, she's a therapist, and that's the thing they're tying it in. Is that Vanessa and Wilson are basically going through therapy, but they requested Daredevil's new girlfriend to be their therapist, private. Basically, we're seeing a lot of cops with the Punisher tattoo on their necks or their wrists, And to me, it's just going back to that whole political crap they were trying to do. Remember a couple years back on the news, remember they changed the Punisher symbol because cops were using it. When it turns out that wasn't the case, cops weren't using it. It goes back to the Boston Marathon bomber. The Navy SEALs there had the skulls on their bags because they've always used the skull, thing. That's always been their thing. So anyway, it's just I just don't want to turn it into basically where it's like, oh, cops are corrupt because they're worshiping the Punisher.
See, but here's the thing: is they're not corrupt because they're worshiping the Punisher. They're already corrupt. Like the cops are already. First of all, we need to talk about the fact that one corrupt cop is even alive, because I was pretty sure that Matt killed him at the end of the last episode.
Oh yeah,
he threw his head into the floor, and you heard a snap. That guy should be dead. He shouldn't be confronting him in the bathroom.
Yeah,
but that aside,
Matt wins the court case by revealing that the White Tiger actually is this Hector guy.
Ayala
is the White Tiger without, and Hector's pissed off because he didn't give wasn't
he outed the guy basically.
Yeah. And then the whole thing, he's like, and the interview, like, well, why did you put on this suit? Like, because it's the right thing to do. And the whole thing, I'm thinking, like, Matt, you're a hypocrite. This guy says it's the right thing to do.
I think that's the point, though. I think there's several times in the episode where Matt is saying, well, you can do lots of good outside of being a superhero. And White Tiger guy is kind of always rebutting him. So I think that's part of it, is to show Matt that, hey, if you have the powers and you have it's almost spelling out the with great power comes responsibility, right thing to do thing.
Yeah.
Which I get, and I appreciate that. But
I would have loved, though, having Spider-Man show up in this just for a few minutes.
But they can't do that, though.
Which is dumb because Disney has control of both. So if they had Daredevil appear in there, I don't know.
Marvel will let their characters appear in a show, but Sony, there's some weird legal jargon that prevents that from happening.
Yeah, which is kind of dumb. Anyway,
I agree. But we got also don't be one of those people that hears Officer Morales and think that, oh, that's Miles Morales' dad. My brother thought that.
Oh.
And I had to correct him. I was like, dude, Miles Morales' dad's name is Jefferson Davis. He uses his mom and dad don't have the same
black.
His mom and dad don't share the same married name. He's like, oh,
his dad's black and his mom's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but he uses his mom's name.
Yeah.
Because his dad, for some reason, had to be Jefferson Davis to stick it to the Confederates, which is okay. I'm okay with that.
Ads? Well, here's the thing, though. I don't watch ads when I watch Disney Plus, my PC. I have ad blocker.
I don't have ads on my Disney Plus. No, I pay for my Disney
I also pay for the annual, though. I pay the annual charge, 1 year, because it's cheaper than it just to do it individual.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching other things on there, too. But, I mean, if that's any stream service, whether it's what are your thoughts on Disney or Hulu or Netflix? If you're only getting it to watch one episode, get the free trial thing if you can, and just watch it as much as you can. Yeah.
But overall, it was good. It wasn't very slow. It was very, a lot of talking. It wasn't a lot of action. I think that'll be next week, specifically with how this
He's saying Chris Score. I think I heard that name before, thrown around before. So
he's a critic. He used to work for G4.
He said he's defending the show, which he finds peculiar. Well, that just shows you probably because
they're ironic, like this last episode too.
What really helps the show is the acting between Vincent D'Onofrio, his wife. I said
Charlie Cox is good too.
Charlie Cox, yeah, they're good actors.
I have never wanted to read, with the exception of maybe Guardians. I don't think a show or a movie has ever made me want to go back and read the comics more than Daredevil does.
Yeah. Especially they also don't hold back in the fights either. Yeah. But as far as this, so I think it's gonna be a scapegoat as far as because at the end of this last episode, they hinted at we have spoilers going on there. So if you're gonna complain, we've had spoilers up the whole entire time. Punisher. They make it look like a guy wearing a Punisher suit pops him in the head as Hector puts the suit back on and runs outside, and from out the side on his view, he gets shot in the head and falls over and he's left. When you see this guy walk in, and he's got the Punisher vest and he's got the long black jacket, and doesn't seem like to fit the ammo for the Punisher.
Well, John Bernthal also respects the Punisher too much to play anything not true to his character. He said this before in interviews, that he would not play the Punisher if Disney would not allow him to be true to the role.
So what I'm thinking, because that cop that got beat up, dressed up as the Punisher, the frame
to
the
make
Punisher.
him look guilty, maybe?
Yeah. So they would come here, dressed up as a cop. Remember, they all had the tattoos on their things? Mm-hmm. They're kind of pissed this guy got let go. He's a vigilante. He killed one of their brothers, So they
see it as a way to incriminate another vigilante?
So they were in the Punisher outfit. They went out there and shot him because you don't really see the face. So I think this is going to draw John Bernthal into the series, him taking out the corrupt cops who are dressing up like him.
Could be. I'm interested. John Bernthal is really one of the reasons I'm watching this because his Punisher. I've been going back and looking at clips between him and Charlie Coxon from Daredevil season 2, which I think is some of the best dialogue you'll find in any of the MCU.
But if you're doing a streaming service and it's the one that has the ads in it, watch it through your browser. If you have a computer, watch it through your web browser here. Install AdBlock Plus or whatever, or uBlock Origin. That's what I do. I watch Hulu, man, for basically through my sister's thing. She had the free, the $7 one. It had ads. I never watch ads. Tubi, I don't watch ads. That's the one way to get around and not have to pay more. The only thing that they're doing, though, I think is smart for these companies, is that say you don't like what I'm doing. You don't want to get ads, but if you say you want to get more access to the full database, you got to pay a little more. Before, they gave you for like $8, you could have access to everything. Now $8 just gives you a little bit of stuff with stuff. So, I mean, they're actually, I guess, is this their way of just like getting you to pay more, and they know people are going to do it, and that's how they stay afloat. At least with Netflix, case is putting out actually good content. Paramount's been really well too.
Paramount's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I like a lot of what I'm seeing from Paramount.
But Rhaegar, the other thing you can do, just wait till it hits Walmart. Buy the season there. Buy it for $20.
If you are going to get it for X-Men, though, I mean, you can watch all the X-Men in a week or a day if you have the time. So it's worth it too. X-Men.
Yeah, I do not watch live television because the first series I hate advertisements. And especially if it's the same 4 ads, like wrestling does this. I'm trying to watch wrestling, they'll go to commercial break, and then it's the same freaking ads. I don't care. I don't care about Spectrum Cable. I don't care about what's happening at Popeyes. It really takes you out of it too if you're watching a serious show too, or a movie. Like you watch a movie on their broadcast or like FX. Now a commercial break. It's like no, it's right in the middle of the worst part. So, like I said, I watch everything through streaming now if I can. Yeah. Change the R for a G in the start of your name.
Jagar.
Wow.
That's
anyway, though, Daredevil's been fun. Reacher's been really good.
I finished Reacher before I left for Bible study tonight. This last episode was really good.
Yeah, I gotta watch it, catch up on that.
Really good Reacher. Rookie was good too, actually. Did you see the new Rookie?
Not yet.
Rookie
I gotta watch that.
Rookie was interesting.
Rickie's been the most surprising show out of ABC that's had in a while. That's actually been good from the very beginning all through.
From start,
they had one Black Lives Matter thing, but it wasn't what you think would be a Black Lives Matter.
It really wasn't that preachy, though. I don't think.
CW.
We're talking about the one where Brandon Routh was on the show.
Yeah. Okay, See, well, there was another one too with the girl that she was. That was the conferencer.
Yeah.
So here's CW like with the preachiness, black, and screw you, and then we have the Rookie comes in, and it's just like, yeah, we're gonna go down to here. We don't really care about it as much. I guess that I was shocked, and that I guess it was towards when they did this episode was towards the end of all that crap. So that's probably what played into it, but Nathan Fillion has been fun on there too, and it's not just a Nathan Fillion show. It's like everybody on there and the cast has been fun too. The detectives, the criminals. Yeah.
It's been good.
And then we got 2 new rookies now, and they really. I love how they do this. They really want you to not want like this one rookie, but then they try to make you feel bad for him, and then they remind you why you should not trust this guy because one of them was like a pathological liar.
That guy.
Yeah, it's like, but he's got cancer, but he's also lying.
Does he know?
In the episode before the fire, and he lied about the weather report and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like something's gonna happen to that kid soon.
He's gonna get got.
But this show killed off their gay rookie. Something
Well,
you
know
don't
why?
see.
He didn't want to be on a show that supported cops.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
So he made it awesome because they got rid of the gay.
They got rid of him quick too, kill off camera. Basically.
Yeah, like I said, it's weird. The news that came out the other day is that Sadie Sink is rumored to be now in the next Spider-Man Homecoming. Or not Homecoming, but the next Spider-Man 4. But now they're talking about the girl. But now they're saying the girl from Nora, the sex worker one, give the speech about Oscars, about the. Okay, so the trailer is basically Nora is where she's a stripper or a prostitute, whatever, and then she meets this Russian guy, and then they end up getting married, and then it's supposed to be a romance thing. She's the one at the Oscars gives speech thanking all the sex workers.
I heard about this.
Yeah. So now that's the latest rumor coming out is that she's going to be in the next one. And if people are like, put her as Black Cat, I'm like, no. It's
Here's the thing.
Oh yeah, Thunderbolts, I guess, or whatever. Was it Thunder? Is it the new one come out?
Thunderbolt comes out in May.
Aaron Spear was talking about this. They're showing us Sebastian Stan in a suit. He's not a congressman.
Well, if you saw Brave New World, you would have had that.
So when's that action figure coming out? I want Matt Murdock. I want Sebastian Stan.
So I don't think I was saying this to somebody on X. I don't think that Bucky is going to be a congressman. I think that Thunderbolts is going to come along and he's going to be put on Thunderbolts.
Rhaegar, Thunderbolts, Thunderballs. At this point, I don't really care about
Thunderbolts. Is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Y'all can laugh all you want to. I think it's going to be a blast. It's going to be better than Brave New World for sure.
Oh, everything's better than Brave New World. You're so brave. That's
not everything. Snow White's not going to be better than Brave New World.
Well, I'm talking about Marvel movies from now on.
Lilo and Stitch will definitely be better. Actually, no. You know what? Black Widow. I would go so far as to say I think Black Widow was worse than Brave New World. Or at least right on.
Get out of here.
Right on par with it.
Black Widow was peak level. I love it.
Well, Black Widow was not peak.
I love it, bro.
High if you think Black Widow was peak.
I had 2 hot chicks in leather outfits on the screen, kicking ass.
Yikes. Well, hey, look. Half the cast from that is going to be in Thunderbolts, so you should be happy.
That's only because they killed up the hot girl. So the whole thing with Snow White, they're being called out for it because they have digital dwarves.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I will say, the new Lilo and Stitch though looks amazing. I think that will make all the money that they lost. That'll make all their money back up.
I know he's a poser. You don't like Lilina.
I can say her name correctly.
Yelena.
You said Lagina.
Yelena.
But L-face.
At this point,
Yelena. I knew. I think it's gonna be fun to see.
Or is it Yelena?
Thunderbolts. So
it might be Yelena. Bro, it might be Yelena.
Yelena, I think it is. Yeah. I think Thunderbolts is gonna be interesting.
I didn't call Phase 4 peak. I just called Black Widow peak. I thought that was great. I didn't care about the rest of it.
When Guardians might have been Phase 4.
I don't know. I'm out of the timeline, man. As far as when the time, everything after Endgame is pretty much like Phase 4,
Way Home,
isn't it?
No Way Home.
Yeah.
That was after Endgame. Let me see. Phase 4. Here we go. The films of this phase include Black Widow, Shang-Chi, No Way Home, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Black Panther. So Guardians was actually Phase 5.
Are you talking about which one comic? You're talking about the
Read his
Phase 4 thing?
comments. Zach
I know,
having good taste in movies.
I didn't read that one. I read the one above that. Did he just call a Phase 4 film peak?
If there's a
I remember.
Phase 4 film that's peak,
Yeah.
it's Spider-Man. That's the Phase 4.
The thing is that No Way Home or the last one was only good because you had all the cameos.
No Way Home was good.
You take out Toby, you take out Andrew Garfield.
You would still have 5 or 6 Spider-Man villains. You would still have Doctor Strange knocking Peter Parker.
But I mean, you get rid of it was all cameos from other movies. If you get rid of that and you did a normal movie, I don't think it'll be as peak.
You get rid of all the cameos in Endgame, you have 20 minutes.
Yeah, and honestly, this is my hot take here, and this is where you guys are gonna look at me like
somebody else can have them. I'm tired of carrying all the hot takes.
This is my hot take.
I forget that you have that, Jeff. I like that one. That's good.
Endgame was not that great.
As a movie, no.
I didn't care for Infinity. I didn't care for Endgame.
Infinity War works better as a movie. Endgame is more like an event.
Yeah.
And honestly, events, the rewatchability, the rewatch value on events is, in my opinion, it's not that good.
Endgame nerfed the Hulk.
Sure.
We didn't get Hulk going after Thanos and trying to smash him.
Sure.
We got Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, we did.
The only parts I liked from Endgame was Captain America holding the hammer.
Obviously.
Tony meeting his dad. Seeing his dad. And Ant-Man with the burrito.
Anything with Ant-Man. Anything with Ant-Man and anything with Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Anything with those two, which I heard they're going to do a Hawkeye season 2 also, which if they do, I'm on board for that. Anything with Nebula. I really like Nebula. Marvel really surprised me with Nebula. Like the first movie, I was like, wow, she's an obnoxious bully. And then by the time you get to Guardians 3, you're like, I love this character. I will protect her with my life.
Here's the thing, though. They could have done the whole time travel thing with the... I agree with Rager. It could have been better. And they could have just gave the happy ending where nobody dies.
Could have, but I think that it works better with
Give it the cartoon ending where the heroes win, but there's not a sacrifice.
No, I don't think so.
It just felt like an excuse.
Works better.
It just felt like an excuse because it knew 2 people were not coming back. 3 people were not coming back at all.
What 3 people?
Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Evans.
Oh, he didn't die. He had a happy ending.
All
of them. No. He got to go be with the woman that he was in love with since his first movie.
Bro. That is so out of character for Steve, though.
How is it out of character?
Well, maybe I'm going by comic book characters. Because Steve would not abandon being what he is. He would not want to mess around with time. The natural order of things. And also, Doctor Strange would be like, "Bitch, you can't do that. You'll cause a paradox." Because he went back in time. So eventually he might come across, cause a ripple effect. Because now he's back in time, so is his other self.
I disagree. Y'all are free to think the way y'all do. I think Steve deserved it.
Yes.
He gave of himself for like 20 years.
And also caused people not to exist because he wiped out her family.
You know what? Maybe they don't deserve to. What if her family are all secret communists?
So, also, wouldn't this change the way Sharon Carter acts?
Sharon Carter, Marvel did her dirty, made her a bad guy in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Is that because of Steve?
If it is, I will rebut my own argument.
Because Steve going back in time messed up the whole thing, so she doesn't have that uncle that she liked that gave her morals?
I doubt that, but...
Thanos tried to save us. Oh, yeah. Steve is a real villain in Endgame. Yeah, that is.
Nice. All of them. Steve from Endgame... Actually, no, Steve from Infinity War has the best look. It's either between Winter Soldier
those stupid shields he has on his arms. I didn't like.
Yeah, those are cool. Those little arm gauntlet shields, those are cool. When he's like in his what's it like? Almost his nomad state, kind of.
You know how the Green Lanterns do the energy constructs in the Avengers cartoon? Tony created something like that, but
Yes.
it created an energy construct for
Yes.
Steve's actual shield, and he
And
threw
our
that around.
strongest heroes, yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Well, no, that was actually an Avengers symbol. Too.
No, it was in Earth's Mightiest Heroes before it was an Avengers symbol.
Well, you sure it was an Well, either way, that is a better concept than what they did with this and giving him like armadillo things or stingers.
I liked them. I thought they were cool. But
get that man a shield suit. Yeah, he had the. Yeah, his suit was kind of weird. Yeah, but anyway, why didn't Thanos just wish permanent abundance for the universe? Yeah. Communism.
Because Thanos is dumb and Darkseid's better. Darkseid is. So.
Yeah, but pretty soon we're gonna have the Beyonder appear, and she'll be a woman. That's probably what it's what's coming up? Elseworlds.
Well, now there's multiple Beyonders now. The Beyonder isn't just a one person. There's like a whole race of Beyonders.
They're all women.
No, I think one or two of them might be, but
and they've all outlawed cars.
Cars?
Yeah, because they kept hitting curbs.
Oh.
The bad drivers. Darkseid, dude. Honestly, Darkseid versus Thanos, I think Darkseid would win.
He really would.
Darkseid don't give a shit. Thanos has got some remorse, because the way he acted around Gamora before he killed her. But yeah, Beyonder essentially the Q now, the communister. Yeah. If Darkseid is so good, why can't they portray him right?
Because he's so good.
It's the same reason why Thanos and Randall are not portrayed right, because these are
I thought Thanos was pretty good for the most part. I thought Josh Brolin was pretty good.
When it comes
Wonder Woman too. I thought Gal Gadot played Wonder Woman.
I think the reason that some of the Russo brothers had probably had the better interpretation of the characters in their movies than I think some of the other ones. But I don't know, man. Like I said, Hollywood does not want to do comic book accurate. They mock the stuff, the suits and stuff, and they think it looks dumb. They won't work on a screen, but yet Christopher Reeve proved them wrong. Yeah, you can have. And here's the thing, I think too. Everything is all freaking CG now, to the point where nothing's practical effects anymore. That really just makes it weird. It's like that scene at the end of was it the last Matrix where all the agents there's a swarm of agents going against Neo?
I think that was 3.
Or was that 3?
Yeah,
I can't remember which one it was, but I remember that. It's like, you remember how bad it looked? It was all CG.
Well, I mean, that was also back in 2003, 2004.
I mean, but
I think you could have done, if you did that same scene today, you probably could make it look better. It did look really cartoony though at that time.
I mean, yeah, why wasn't Hella Death? What?
Right? Because that would make sense. And so, of course, Taika Waititi didn't do that.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. Can we get rid of the humor, get back to seriousness? It'd be like them cracking at jokes while Thanos snaps people. Oh, at least I didn't get snapped. And it was kind of cringe. But I don't know, man. Like, if you enjoy the new MCU, let me down in the comment section. Let me know what damage you have and why you still support it.
Hey, Guardians 3 was good, and Deadpool and Wolverine were good.
There's only one Matrix film. Enter the Matrix? Or the Reanimatrix?
I like Matrix Reloaded.
The Animatrix? Yeah. But, I don't know. We're going to end it here. We've been going for 2 hours. Zach's got to get up in the morning.
I do.
Yeah, so. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Marania, Rhaegar, Jay Lucian, MKF30. We had Brian earlier. We also had Summer Summoner. I don't know if he's still here. And I believe Evil Black Cat and Cheeseburger Comics. And I think that's it. I don't remember anybody else popping in. Thank you all for being here. And thank you for everybody who was on the panel, Eric Brain, and also thank to Geekeasy for joining us every Thursday, and to Zach for showing up and not stealing cakes.
I haven't had cake in 2 days. 2 days.
2 days. I gotta get some more cake.
I really actually, my sweet tooth is going nuts. If it wasn't for the 2 tablespoons of coffee creamer that I use, the chocolate coffee creamer, I'd be going crazy.
MK, that Froggy sign was spelled wrong. Froggy never had a Y in his name, so if they're looking for Froggy, no wonder they can't find him. It's IE. That's how it was. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm looking at doing, I think it's 198 Mysterio versus Spider-Man. And then that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check that out. And then we'll have another book after that. Until then, we'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Stay safe.
Stay frosty, San Diego.
And read good books.
Or read the books you like.
What's I mean? Good books. Don't read books because somebody else says that they might be good. Read books because you like them.
There you go.
All right. Later, guys. And go to DQ. Yes, get that Blizzard. Get that Oreo dip. They still have it. Let me know in the comments if they still have that thing, because I will go. I will travel 3 states over. That should look good. Probably tastes nasty, but it looked good. And again, that book is probably from 2003 or 2004. So, Dairy Queen is DQ. So, actually, I do have one behind me. I'll go check it out.